Have you ever wondered what it truly costs to be liked? Not in money, but in something far more valuable: your own self. We are born into a world that hands us a script. It teaches us to smile when we are sad, to agree when we are screaming inside, to be endlessly available. The great psychologist Carl Jung had a name for this script. He called it the persona. The persona is the idealized version of you, the perfect employee, the agreeable friend, the supportive partner. It is the social mask you are taught to wear to gain approval, to fit in, to be loved. And this mask has a terrible thirst. It feeds on your availability. Every time you say yes when you mean no, you are not being kind. You are polishing your mask. Every immediate response to a text that could have waited. Every moment you spend in a conversation that drains you. You are simply paying the rent on a persona you don't even own. And as you do, something inside begins to break. So, I will ask you again, what is the real price you pay for wearing this mask 24 hours a day? That exhaustion you feel, it isn't just in your body, it's in your soul, and it has a name. Jung called it a drain of psychic energy, and understanding that is the first step to reclaiming your freedom. That exhaustion you feel isn't just physical. Jung called it a drain of psychic energy. Think of it not as a mood, but as your most sovereign currency. It is your internal life force. It is the pure, focused attention you use to create, to love, to solve problems, and to build your inner world. It is the most valuable and most finite resource you will ever have. And every single day, you are giving it away for free. Every time you are pulled into a pointless argument on social media, that is a withdrawal. Every time you ruminate for hours over a thoughtless comment from a stranger, that is a withdrawal. Every immediate, reactive text, every forced smile, every moment you spend justifying your existence to people who are committed to misunderstanding you, you are making a massive withdrawal from your energetic bank account. Think about it for a second. Imagine your soul has this account. Each interaction is a transaction. Are your daily transactions investments that enrich you, or are they energetic taxes paid to others, leaving you overdrawn and spiritually bankrupt? You are not weak because you are drained. You are drained because you are giving your most valuable currency to those who see you as a free utility. The question, then, is not that your energy is leaking, but how you begin to seal the cracks, how you become the architect of your own inner fortress. So how do we seal these leaks? How do we reclaim the psychic energy that is rightfully ours? Not by building a wall of anger, but with the patient skill of a master builder. You must become the architect of your own silence. This is not about becoming cold or indifferent. It is about becoming conscious. It is a process of construction, built upon a simple but profound hierarchy. The first level, the foundation of your inner fortress, is level 1, the art of the pause. This is where true power begins. When your phone buzzes with a demanding text, when an email lands in your inbox designed to provoke a reaction, you have been conditioned to respond instantly. The art of the pause is the deliberate act of breaking this conditioning. You do not have to reply now. You do not have to react now. Breathe. Create a space between the stimulus and your response. In that sacred space, which might only be 5 seconds long, your consciousness returns. Your true self has a moment to ask, is this worthy of my energy? Most of the time you will find the answer is no. This is the first and simplest way to stop the drain. Once you have mastered the pause, you can ascend to level 2, the conscious boundary. This is the art of the verbal no, delivered not with anger or apology, but with a calm and centered clarity. People-pleasing, the work of the persona, is rooted in over-explaining. You write long paragraphs justifying why you can't do something, seeking the other person's permission to have your own limits. The conscious boundary eliminates this. A simple, I appreciate you asking, but I don't have the emotional bandwidth for that right now. Or, I'm unable to help with that. No further explanation is needed. You are not asking for their understanding. You are stating your reality. The power is not in the no, but in the silence that follows it. This leads to the final, most sovereign act. Level 3, the sacred withdrawal. There are some environments, some relationships, some dynamics that are fundamentally toxic. They are storms of chaos that will never be calmed. You cannot fix them. Your only power is to refuse to stand in the rain. The sacred withdrawal is the conscious choice to remove yourself from the equation entirely. It is leaving the argument. It is muting the group chat. It is ending the relationship that survives only on your pain. This is not an act of failure. It is the ultimate act of self-preservation. It is deciding that your inner peace is more valuable than their chaotic company. The pause, the boundary, the withdrawal. These are the 3 tools you will use as the architect of your silence. If this framework is resonating with you, let me know by hitting the like button. And try level 1. Just for one day, practice the pause. Then come back and comment below with what you discovered in that space. But be warned, when you begin this construction, when you stop playing the role you were assigned, the other actors in your life will not applaud. This is when you will meet their shadow. But be warned, when you begin this construction, when you stop playing the role you were assigned in the unspoken drama of other people's lives, do not expect applause. The other actors will not congratulate you for leaving the stage. This is when you will meet their shadow. In Jungian psychology, the shadow represents everything a person has repressed and refuses to acknowledge about themselves. For the manipulator, for the emotionally needy, for the one who thrives on your availability, their shadow is their own emptiness, their own insecurity, their desperate need for control. Think of it this way: your constant reaction, your endless availability was a service you provided. You were a mirror that only reflected what they wanted to see, and a distraction from the silence in which they would have to face themselves. When you take away the mirror, when you turn off the noise, you force an unwelcome introduction. Your absence leaves them alone with the one person they have been running from their entire lives, their own true self. And this they cannot bear. So the attack will come, not with logic, but with emotion. You've changed, they will say, as if growth were a betrayal. You're being selfish, they will accuse you, framing your self-preservation as a crime. I can't believe you're doing this to me, they will cry, casting themselves as the victim of your newfound strength. Understand this, and let it build the foundation of your resolve. These accusations are not an indictment of you. They are confessions. They are panicked projections of their own fear, their own weakness, their own shadow cast upon you in a desperate attempt to regain control of the narrative. People will call you selfish for putting up the boundaries they were never brave enough to build for themselves. This is the most difficult part of the journey. To stand firm in your silence as they rage against it. But sticking through this fire is what separates fleeting change from true transformation. What comes after the storm is the very reason you started this in the first place. After the noise of their backlash fades, after the projections shatter against the shield of your stillness, you will be left in silence. At first, it may feel uncomfortable. This is the loneliness the world has taught you to fear. But stay with it, because after the noise of others disappears, you will begin to hear something you haven't heard in a long time. Yourself. This is the great transformation. The uncomfortable feeling of loneliness begins to alchemize into the profound power of solitude. Loneliness is the pain of being alone. Solitude is the glory of being yourself. It is the deep, quiet presence that comes when you no longer betray your own soul to keep others close. This is the ultimate goal of Jung's work, the process he called individuation. It is the journey of becoming an individual, undivided, whole. It is the courageous integration of all the parts of you, the light, the conscious, and yes, even the shadow you have accepted within yourself. You are no longer a reactor, shaped by the whims and demands of the outside world. You become a creator, shaping your reality from the inside out. You will lose people, yes, but you will find yourself. You will distance yourself from places, but you will reconnect with your own unshakable center. The people who left were never connected to you. They were connected to the mask you wore, the role you played. Now the space they occupied is free to be filled by those who are drawn not to your utility, but to your authenticity. People who do not need you to be small for them to feel big. This is not an end. It is a rebirth. The beginning of a life where you are no longer available for emotional crumbs, for mind games, for voids disguised as affection. You now only accept what resonates with your peace, your truth, your wholeness. Your journey to individuation is your own. It is the most important project you will ever undertake. If you are ready to begin, to become the architect of your own soul, then declare it. Write, "I am the architect," in the comments below to claim your intention, and subscribe for more journeys into the depths of the self. Now, begin.